Hello, and welcome back to my channel. And today I am very excited to be checking out TABLO and RM Stop the Rain official MV, which looks to be animated. I don't know how the song is gonna sound like. All I know is that it is a very personal song, and so I hope that I don't get too emotional. We'll see. But I'm very excited because TABLO is such an incredible artist, and of course, RM, do I even need to mention it? Hello. At this point, if you don't know how much I love BTS, I don't know what you're doing here. But anyway, I'm very excited to check this out. Let me just check the subtitles real quick. Okay. And let's go.
Hello, rainy day.
Oh, I love that melody already.
TABLO. I'm all in. With a losing hand. Teachers call me rebel, parents call me lost, pastors call me devil, had me kneeling at the cross. Since I was a youngin', I was called names and bossed around. Back to the wall so long, call me pain's poster child. Religious home times were different. They told me I was gifted, but to unwrap my mind was wicked. I was raised by guilt, raised by shame, raised by the rod.
Wow.
They claimed it was
Ooh, wow, that line though.
guilt, raised
That
by
line.
shame, raised by the rod.
Bloody calves sacrificed in the name of their god. Like, I haven't been raised in a religious home at all. I'm very grateful for my parents to letting me choose if I ever wanted to, I don't know, choose a religion later in life. They didn't impose anything on me, even though my mom and even my dad had been baptized. And I know, on my mom's side, my grandmother was very religious, and same on my dad's side. My dad even and his brother even went to not really Catholic school, but sort of. But anyway, I never had any of that, so I don't know what it's like. But I know so many people who have been raised in religious households who carry so much trauma about religion. It's not everybody, of course, and again, I respect everyone's beliefs, but I can't imagine what it's like if you yourself do not feel that. I don't know, it's just the way he's saying that times are different, they told me I was gifted, and then yeah, it's just, man, I don't
But
know.
to unwrap my mind was wicked. I was raised by guilt, raised by shame, raised by the rod.
This is terrible.
They claimed it was love, felt like heartbreak to me. Later they say, baby, all your scars are to teach and remind you you can soar higher. What good's a bird's eye view when you're in a hunter's crossfire? Sometimes I wished I got crushed in the womb, turned to dust in the womb. My scent
Wow.
of youth and ungodly perfume. No wonder I've always hated the adults in the room.
Like, those lyrics are so deep. Like, imagine saying that about
Sometimes I
yourself,
wished I got crushed in the womb,
that you wish you had never
turned to
been
dust in the
born.
womb. My scent of youth and ungodly perfume. No wonder I've always hated the adults in the room.
Yeah, no wonder. Oh, Namjoon's voice.
Can't run away from the pain. I feel like I'm going insane. Bad thoughts filling up my brain. Demons swimming inside my veins. 2 seconds.
Sorry.
Like I'm going insane. Bad thoughts filling up my brain. Demons swimming inside my veins. 2 seconds from falling into nothing. Can't run away from the pain. I'm trying to stop the rain.
When I was a kid, I was convinced that I was destined for the 27 Club. I'm 20.
What? my
When I was a
god, this
kid,
is
I was
okay.
convinced that I was destined for the 27
Not the
club.
27 Club.
I'm 29, sinking in the bathtub, sipping gin, looking for another club. All the lust was a lust, dust into dust. Straight after stable, dashing duck to your duck. And every night I put my shadows on. But you know how much I hate my status quo. I know what you gotta know, my life is out of love. All the lessons learned already coming out of trust.
Keep my mind steady, but it's hard to readjust. Nothing stops time, but the clock will turn to rust.
Pain and rain, it's a stay the same.
Got me looking for the exit just to entertain. Pain and rain, think I'm going insane.
Gotta turn off my phone now. Can't run away
The
from
hand, like the hand reaching
I
out.
feel like I'm gone insane. Bad thoughts feeling on my brain. Things swimming inside my veins.
2 seconds, I'm falling into nothing.
Can't run away from the pain.
I'm trying to stop the rain.
I'm trying to stop the rain.
Forever Rain.
I'm trying to stop the rain.
Oh. Oh wow, that was 3 minutes and 10 seconds and it really didn't feel like it. I love this image, by the way. This is gorgeous. My god. Wow, okay, that song is very, very deep. Like, Tablo was not kidding when he said it was very personal. And that he is kind of glad that RM doesn't have to explain his lyrics for now. Because it is just so incredibly personal, and to show this sort of like vulnerability is so brave, because not a lot of people do that, especially when it's really bad thoughts that you have. People don't like hearing that about you. And as someone who struggles with her mental health and who has very bad thoughts sometimes, I usually don't voice them out. And it is true what they say, you can't run from the pain. Like, you can try, and for a while it might work, but someday it will catch up to you, and you'll have to work it out before you do something, you know. And so this collab is perfect because I feel like Tablo and Namjoon really have a lot in common, and probably feel this pressure on them because, again, like I said, as someone who struggled with a mental health, I could not imagine being under the radar like this. Like, imagine struggling so hard and you are constantly under the cameras, under millions of eyes watching you and expecting you to make one mistake, one tiny mistake, and then they'll jump on you. And I really just loved the feel of this song, and I think that's the best way to describe it, that it's not a song, it's a feeling. And either it will speak to you or not, but at least make you understand them better. And I just love and appreciate how sincere they were, like really not afraid to really express themselves, even if it's really dark, because you need to let it out. You really need to let it out. And even with the melody of the song and the way they were both rapping and singing, it really feels like a cry from within their soul. And I hope they are feeling better now, and or at least still working through their hardships. Because while I'm way more familiar with Namjoon and what he's been through and how much pressure he is feeling as a leader, as someone who like somehow ended up being such a role model. Like, I'm sure he didn't plan on being this sort of like model and image, and again that just adds to the pressure of trying to always be almost perfect, which is impossible, especially if you're struggling with your own mental health and people have these big expectations of you. It just, it must be so scary. um and I just loved everything about this. Again, it was just, some of these lines I really felt them deeply. And this is truly a masterpiece of a song. And again, like I said, it's more of a feeling than an actual song. And I just love that a lot. And again, don't be afraid to reach out if you're feeling this way. And I'm also saying that to myself, actually, because I always say that, I always give advice, but I don't do it for myself. And I almost never reach out when I feel like, when I can sense myself falling into this pit of darkness. I usually wait until it's over, but while I do, it's just a nightmare. And then it's like, okay, I'm fine again. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's sort of like a never-ending cycle. So don't be afraid to reach out, either to someone you trust or a professional. I actually started seeing a therapist after years and years of my mom kind of nagging me to see one. But yeah, anyway, and it's hard. It's even hard to keep the appointments, not let it pass too long. I really have to work on myself to be like, okay, go to your next appointment, make that call, do it. It's really hard. It's really hard, but it does help. But anyway, I guess that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to comment, like, maybe subscribe to the channel. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.